Let's bring you updates on Adam Kwabenya constituency parliamentary elections. As you may have known, there have been some challenges. So on your screen, you'd see the NDC's Otokuno. And what's happening currently is that there's been a call to recount the papers at the Regional Collation Center. So that parliamentary candidates, not the presidential, the parliamentary results, because there's been that dispute between Elikplim Akurugu and then Michael Kwei Jr. because there have been some challenges. But what you see now on your screen is that Otokuno, the NDC's Otokuno, is quite preventing that request. For whatever reasons, we definitely will bring you updates on that, but that's what you have on the screen. As of yesterday, Michael Jr. was giving us an update that there were some snatchings, ballot snatching, the NDC followers preventing the continuity of the countings, and many other accusations. And he's been very vehement about it between yesterday on all media platforms, and even spoke to our colleague Blessed Soga and gave an extensive details. Maybe in some point of our coverage now we'll bring you that interview that he had with Blessed Soga, but that has not brought clarity up until now. I also know that this morning, whether it was a presiding officer or not, but there are footages of them declaring Elikplim Akurugu as the winner, and even brought some figures. I think it was a little over 50. We'll find that figures as well on our map for you to see. But what you're seeing there now is some...
Dr. Peter Otukono.
Doctor, yeah, I'd forgotten that the doctor was part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to be cautioned. Yeah, on your screens now. Yeah.
Well, the Adam Kwabenya seat
is a interesting one, but it matters a lot because that constituency is really large.
Yeah.
Yes. So the presidential, the presidential also went to
in Adam Kwabenya.
In Adam Kwabenya, let's see.
Okay, let me check. This is parliamentary. Let me check the presidential constituency 2024, Greater Accra, Adam Kwabenya. Okay, so it hasn't reflected.
It hasn't reflected. Okay. Let's bring you that update, or let's bring you that conversation that Michael Jr. had with us earlier.
We're here to follow the process. We were invited here by the EC because they realized that there were a lot of anomalies. So, first of all, apart from the fact that we were attacked and our pensions taken, when the EC were bringing in further documents for verification or dispute resolution, facts from the NDC pounced on them, seized government state materials, and burnt them right at the EC Collation Center. After that, the idea was, let's continue the process. Whatever pink sheets of ours have been missing at the end, which was 7, will be looked at, and then the EC's burnt ones too will be looked at. So the process was ongoing. The people outside say because Dr. Baumia has conceded, NDC has not finished, stop the counting. Lo and behold, I don't know how they overpowered the police. 300 of them came in there, started slapping my agents. In fact, beating some of the NDC agents as well, beat the EC officers. The police ran for their lives. They scattered the whole room. So the collation was suspended. Now, upon suspension of the collation, somehow, around 10 o'clock, we saw on TV that something of a semblance of activity was going on in the movement. So we called the requisite authorities, and you can ask the deputy returning officer. They say they are being threatened because, you know, when the fight happened, where they came to beat people up, the head of EC in the district, you can talk to him, his name was Kofi Anna. His name is Kofi Anna. He said his life was in danger, his car was being smashed, so he ran into the bush. But he had told us upstairs that they would move everything to the region for safety. So we were waiting for information. No one called me. They didn't call the constituency chairman. They didn't call our secretary, who's a representative. Nobody. And they went on to do the collation just with the EC. That is not acceptable because our agent has been invited once they are regrouped. And after the collation, then they went ahead to announce what day alone had sat there and done that. And we know that such a thing definitely has to be declared null and void. It is unacceptable. The EC then said that they themselves recognize that it is a flaw because the district head was not even there to supervise the process. And yet, they managed to collate with just NDC and declare a result without us there.
But you earlier mentioned that some of your pin sheets and even about
not just ours, and the ECs. So we have to find a way to reconcile all of that before you can declare.
So is that a consideration going to be done here?
That is why we're invited here today. The EC met with the NDC team. We were all in the room, and then all of a sudden, the NDC said they received a phone call that as for the parliamentary, they wouldn't do reconciliation, they wouldn't do recognition, and that it can be declared illegal. That is against the rules because the whole process in itself was flawed. And what happened that night, in the dark of the night, when nobody's safety was guaranteed, is totally wrong. And I'm surprised that now the NDC themselves are afraid to come forward for the collation to be done properly. This is the situation here at the moment.
Okay, so what are you going to do now? So you are waiting?
Yeah, we have had a chat with the EC. As we said, we're waiting for the EC. And we'll make a decision as a party later. That one is beyond me.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Well, there you have it. Michael Kwe Jr. giving us update on what's his side of the story. But as you know, the provisional results, not certified, provisional results suggest that the NDC's Elikpli Makurugu has won that particular seat. We don't have it here, but other portals reporting and also videos suggesting that the NDC's candidate is in the lead. And the request for recounting and all of that, as you have heard him say, they will escalate the situation, and I'm sure we'll get to some point. Usually, if it's been collated already, what will be the process in recounting?
Well, of course.
It cannot be just one party requesting that.
So they will record the ballots and then recount it again if it's allowed.
The process.
He's saying if it's not even done at AC, he takes it to court. If court grants his permission, you will do it again. So let's see how that. Yesterday, he gave a caution that he didn't want it to get to that level where he has to take the legal action. But, well, let's see how that particular...
If it is until now, then he has that conviction that maybe he should pursue it a lot deeper.
The question is, why wasn't the agent at the Collation Center?
So I know that there were some challenges. Again, maybe we would bring... this is him telling his story. Elikpli Makurugu has not told her story yet. But the story has it that it was halted because some of the NDC members were saying that they have been standing there for hours and the process is delaying, and they can see or they can assume that it is going towards the NDC. And so the presiding officer should go on and then just declare Elikpli. And he said that's quite untoward. That they were not going to accept. Subsequently, it became a bit mad with people running away with boxes and all of challenges that you may be seeing on your screen now. But the call for recounting, doesn't just rest with one political party. It's definitely the EC. If the EC is setting that they have gone through the due process, I really doubt that the call...
Baba Sadiq.
Well, now that you have found Baba Sadiq, shall we find out? Hey, look, the man I see on the screen looks like Baba Sadiq. And if it is him, I'm quite curious because also his constituency doesn't look, if you can check, doesn't look like he... Yeah, I don't know whether it's been certified yet, because earlier in the day yesterday, it was reported that he was thought in the lead. Then later, it was reported that he had come into the lead. So Kankwe is central.
Okay, we don't have it on our heat map.
Anytime you don't see that it is on our portal, then it means that it is under some sort of contention or it's not been certified yet. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
On your screen, you can see the General Secretary for the NPP.
I see Anthony Cabo there as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So definitely there is some sort of...
There could be. Okay, was that part of the reasons why I heard the NPP say they wanted to address a press conference?
All of this will come to bear when they do.
Wow. Okay, so Cabo is talking now. We cannot hear exactly what he's saying, but I also see Mustafa there, the youth organizer of the NPP, is there. Okay, so let's listen in to what's going on there at the EC office.
Mandated to collate and announce the results. It's the electoral commission. It does not matter whether MPP has a PC or NDC does not have a PC. Let the EC do its job. After they have done their job and declared the results, if a party is not satisfied, they can go to court. But can you say that no, you will not allow the electoral commission to declare the results because MPP does not have a PC? So what? Does the electoral commission need MPP before the results can be declared?
What margin are you leading with that they are contesting? What margin are you leading with and they are contesting?
No, for that one, it's neither here nor there. Let the electoral commission do its work. Once it's done, we will know the margin. It's very simple. Why should we argue about this? There shouldn't be any argument. Unless you doubt that it's not the electoral commission supposed to declare the results. Is it MPC? Is it NDC? Let the electoral commission decide. If the electoral commission is making a point that it does not have the PC or its collation form, then that's a different matter. But if they have it, let them go ahead and do the declaration. Why do that?
But members of the NDC are saying what they have on their bench does not tally down to the PC.
No.
How can that be?
It's the electoral commission that gave you a copy, right?
Of the PC.
So at the end of the day, whether it tallies or not, electoral commission is the body mandated to declare. It's very simple. So if you
Well, we promised that our men on the ground will bring you details of how that is also panning out, as the NPP is requesting that the EC will just do their job, which tells you that there's also contention in Okankwe Central. Now, earlier, we wanted to check a bit of respite for the NPP.
Yeah.
Some constituencies that still kept their MPs as well. Okay.
Okay, so if you look at, let's do the central region. In the central region, they've still kept about 4 seats. FO2 is there. That's where the current majority leader, Alexander Afeamakin, that's his constituency. So they kept it. Himan Lower Dentra has also been kept. Asin South has also been, and Upper Dentra. Well, so let's take our viewers to the ECs.
Of course, let's go to the Regional Collation Center where my colleague Elizabeth Asantewa is on the line. Please bring us updates. What really is happening at the Collation Center?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm here at the Electoral Commission, Greater Accra Regional, that's the former headquarters for the Electoral Commission. Here, they are having some collation, some of the constituencies, and one is Okankwe Central, where NDC Ambassador Honorable Patrick Obama, Abenya, where Lawyer Michael earlier were born, but later it came out that the NDC women won rather. But here, there is another constituency, Law, which has also been in confusion, and the reconciliation is going on. But that's let me start with Abenya. A while ago, I spoke to Lawyer Michael. He said he had brought all his country for the NDC to also present that the EC and directly to help them for this. But the NDC has trying to, so he has to say that.
Elizabeth, if you could just, you know.
The Okankwe Central also went into somehow confusion. There were arguments that were suspended, and they are back again and still there is some form of tension and chaos.
Elizabeth, if you could kindly just move away from where you are and just reposition so that we can get clarity on these 3 constituencies that you're bringing us update on at the Regional Collation Center, Okaikwe Central, Dom Kwabenya, and also Ablekuma North. We want to understand particularly what's happening at Ablekuma North, and all of these things are happening at the Regional Center. If you can speak, then I can hear you again. Hi, Elizabeth.
Okaikwe Central, Ablekuma North, and Dom Kwabenya. Of course, with Dom Kwabenya, we were all gathered in the room provided by the EC to start the recollation, and all of a sudden, the NDC side came and said that because the results have been declared, they are not going to be part of the process no longer. And that if the MPP is not satisfied with the results, then we can as well proceed to court. But the officer in charge told us in plain language that that cannot be the case, so they will suspend that one, and they will reconvene and let us know the next date that we should come for the recollation.
For Casualties Central, it has been a hectic process.
Yeah,
please, the NDC is accusing you of not presenting clean sheets. Why?
You see, I mean, let's be clear with the electoral rules. The Electoral Commission is the official custody of primary documents. The Electoral Commission declares results as they happen. Now, the pink sheets that we have and the pink sheets that the Electoral Commission has, it's a bit different from what the NDC is presenting. And I ask myself, is it the case that the EC would have collated results which are significantly different from what the parties have? That is where we are now. So the EC has suspended the collation in Okaikwe Central now. What we are left with is Ablekuma North. As we stand here, I've been here for the past 3.5 hours. We are still waiting for the parliamentary candidate for Ablekuma North, so that we'll start the collation in Ablekuma North. But for sure, the exercise for Dom Kwabenya and Okaikwe Central have been put on hold.
Okay, so you heard lawyer Frank Davis of the NDC side. I was trying my best to have Mr. Otokono, doctor of the NDC side, to speak with my team as with 30 people, and that's all for now.
Right. Elizabeth, so whilst you're at it, please do confirm to us who particularly declared the Dom Kwabenya constituency, if it was the presiding officer, and the way forward, because then if it's been declared and then the NDC is suggesting that the next move will then be to go to court, and that cannot be. Please bring us clarity on that one as well, whilst you find Dr. Otokuno to also bring you the side of the NDC story, okay? Again, if you can move slightly from where you are.
Come again?
Again, if you can just move slightly so we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Is it better now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so I was explaining that according to an announcement made by officials of the Electoral Commission, the regional office,
okay,
by the Electoral Commission for Greater Accra region, exclude that of Kwabenya as well as Ablekuma, because those are supposed to satisfy. And for Okaikwe Central, the presidential has been certified, and they are waiting for an agreement on the parliamentary process.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I was hoping that we could get a clearer network to bring you that report, but unfortunately, but at least we've got a bit of it. You heard Frank Davis of the NPP saying that, well, the activities on Okaikwe Central and Dom Kwabenya will be on hold, but also the Ablekuma North as well. We're going to find clarity on that one and also bring it to you. But Kojo, I know anytime it's like this is why it's always suggested that when you're going to win your seat or in any contest, win by a very large margin.
Win it convincingly.
Yes, so just win convincingly. Yeah. Election petitions are quite daunting. it's very, very quite daunting. So by the time that you're petitioning and the court is hearing you, the person you're petitioning against really may have served maybe a year or two.
Yeah.
And so usually going to court is usually the last resort for people. But let's see how it goes.
So I mean, like North Town, for example, look at it. Okoyoto won by what? 41,073. The MPP's Blue polled 3,000.
Johnson Blue.
Yeah, convincing victory. So you can there's no challenge.
It's the fact the name sounds blue actually, Blue.
Okay, yeah, of course. You look at Central Town as well. Okay, we're still waiting for
Central Town.
Parliament.
Predominantly an NDC seat. Nothing has ever changed it before.
Yeah.
Any NPP candidates never did anything, didn't pull any convincing numbers over there.
You know the winning party is the NDC.
It's the NDC. It's the NPP seat I'm actually interested in. I know that the Minister for Works and Housing, Upon Kroma, retained its seat at the Ofosi. Yes.
In region, right?
Ofosia Yerebi.
Ofosia Yerebi.
Yes.
Ofosia Yerebi.
And also Ikuapem North, where Samia Uku for the first time was bidding to go to Parliament. Okay. Yes, he won, but we're hearing that the margin was not convincing. Okay. So when you finish, let's go to...
So Ofosia Yerebi, Kojo Ponkroma polled 18,601. Alfred Osei-Poku polled 13,000. But what was the situation in 2020? Kojo Ponkroma won with what? 22,000. Look at the gap. The gap here was 10,000.
Okay.
In 2020, the same candidate. They didn't. Both parties didn't change candidate, right? 2024, same candidate, but now.
But was reduced by about
5,000, 18,000, and 13,000.
And so you say in 2020 he won by how much? I was looking at the percentage.
So 2020, this is it. 22,551. Then the NDC candidate Alfred Osei-Poku got 12,557. The difference is almost 10,000.
Yeah, that's significant.
But
they gave it to the president. Did they vote for?
Okay, we'll check it.
Okay.
We'll check it. In 2024, Kojo Ponkroma is winning with 18,000. The NDC guy polled 13,000, a gap. So the NDC guy appreciated.
Yes.
From 12,000 to 13. But Kojo Ponkroma dropped from 22,000 to 18,000. The difference here is around 5,000.
This is why the argument is that NDC members or NDC people recruited themselves for just a day to vote for the NDCs. Because you'd see that each time, if it wasn't voter turnout, then the number will be the same, except that one person would have won. Okay. But the voters turn out all right, but it went to the other party.
The presidency, Baumia also won it with 18,000. Let's check 2020, how it went. Akufo-Addo won it
with a higher margin,
24,000. So a gap between Akufo-Addo and Mahama was 14,000 almost 14,000 in 2020. Yeah. But the gap between Bawumia and Mahama now is what? Somewhere around, it's not even up to 6,000. Because Mahama polled 12,977, Bawumia polled 18,124. So a difference of around 5,000, close to 6,000.
Yes.
So look at the gap of 10,000 and it's now 6,000. So the MPP lost some vote there. But you also mentioned...
Ikuapem North.
Ikuapem North. Let's see. Okay, so where is Ikuapem North? I say Ikuapem South here.
Which the NDC won.
Okay, I'm not seeing Ikuapem North.
It's up there. No, that's a Eboakwa, actually.
Eboakwa North.
That's a Eboakwa North.
Ikuapem. Okay, so let's just check Ikuapem South.
Okay.
The MP, Bawumia won it. 16,516. Let's see, let's check parliamentary in 2024, Ikuapem South.
Yes.
Okay. But they lost the parliamentary there.
The NPP lost parliamentary there.
And NPP lost it. You know. So let's see. Yeah, so that's it. Interesting how this is panning out to be. But yeah, let's go to it.
Let's take you back to the Greater Accra Regional Collation Center, where my colleague Collins will bring us updates on the 3 constituencies that are in dispute. And you can see earlier we brought you visuals of how party supporters are massing up at the Greater Accra Regional Collation Center. Collins, bring us update. At the Greater Accra Regional Collation Center, the dispute is there between Okankwe, the parliamentary candidates for NDC and NPP, Okankwe Central, who we know as Baba Sadiq Abdullahi, and Patrick Boama for the NPP. For Okankwe Central, there's no clarity over there. And also Domkwa Benya, we've got Elikplim Akurugu for the NDC, and also Makokwe Jr. for the NPP. Ablekuma North is where we're yet to get what particularly is the challenge, because then earlier the dispute was for these 2 constituencies. But now Ablekuma North has also been added. And my colleague is there, and Collins, oh, perfect. Collins is giving me some comfort because I can see him on the screen. And Collins, if you can hear me, please bring us updates on these 3 constituencies and what's happening at the Greater Accra Regional Collation
office at Reg, where collation is ongoing. We could see that NDC supporters are here, awaiting the EC to announce some, awaiting on the EC to announce some of the results for some of the constituencies. You understand that, or we understand that for Okankwe Central, where Baba Sadiq and Patrick Boama are contesting. Baba Sadiq is contesting for the NDC, and Patrick Boama for the MPP is in contention here. And also that of Ablekuma East is also having issues with the coalition here. People, the NDC supporters have gathered here demanding that the EC announce the results for them. But we could also see the security have moved in. You can see a lot of security, police vehicles here, a lot of them, number of police personnel who now have also prevented the media from entering the collation center. So if you can see, the media is outside here. The media is not getting access to the regional collation center here, the EC collation center. Initially, what we were told is that they were going to allow one multimedia journalist to go in. But now they have changed their stance and they are demanding that the media do not go inside. So all the media personnel are currently standing outside the regional collation center, and the other side is full of NDC supporters, demanding that the EC complete the collation on time and release the results. Some of the constituencies like Ablekuma East and also Okankwe Central is in contention. It has been some of the parliamentary candidates have already announced themselves as winners. Patrick Boama has announced himself as a winner. Baba Sadiq also has done the same. But now the EC has not declared the results yet, and the supporters of the NDC are demanding the EC release or announce the results, declare Ablekuma North and also declare other constituencies. That's what they are demanding, and the EC is not ready. The EC is not ready yet. So this is what is happening here. NDC supporters have taken over the EC regional office here at Reg, and also the police are here in their numbers providing security here. So this is what is currently happening at the regional security or regional electoral commission office at Reg office. So the NDC people are only trying or demanding that they release the results. That is what is happening here. Let's speak to some of them. I don't know. Good afternoon. Why are you here?
Because free. On my sign, I am called.
Why name a sign?
A free.
Why a free?
Don't stand there. Ablukumanov will lose you on my sign. MPP will in the panel. Will lose you on my sign. They pay baby far.
Right. So more men are trooping in. More men are trooping in. We have seen Basantali. Yes. We've seen some of the NDC national executives. Malik Basantali has entered here. He has gained access, and he is trying to enter the regional office, Collation Center. And this is what is happening. This is what is currently happening here. Malik Basantali in your shots there. Malik Basantali is in your shots there. He is going inside. He and other executives of the NDC are going inside the regional Collation Center there to demand that some of the results should be released, as the ND national, some of the NDC supporters are already doing. So Malik Basantali is going inside. He has gained access to the Collation Center. He is going inside at the moment, as you can see. For the NDC supporters, they are behind. The police has provided barricades there, that they are behind the barricades, as you see in your shots. Number of police personnel are here providing security, all because some of the constituencies, regional constituencies in the Greater Accra has not been declared, and they are demanding that the EC, the regional EC, should declare some of their constituencies, Okaikwe Central, Ablekuma North, and also other constituencies. They are demanding that they should be released. Already, some of the parliamentary candidates for the MPP and NDC have announced themselves or declared themselves winners. I recall that of Baba Sadiq announcing himself as a winner in the same constituency, Okaikwe Central. Patrick Buama also declaring himself as a winner, but the collation is not yet done. It's not yet done. They couldn't complete the collation at their various constituency collation centers. So it has moved to the regional level, and the NDC supporters have trooped in, demanding that the EC complete the collation and announce the results for various constituencies. So now Malik Basantali has moved in, trying to gain access. Earlier on, as you could see, he was trying to enter the Collation Center, but now he has been asked to come back, so he's engaging some of the security personnel there. So that is what is happening currently at the EC old office, now the EC regional office here. So this is what is happening. We are trying to speak to Malik Basantali there.
That the flag bearer will concede at a point in time. Did you know that? Did you know that?
So we will try to speak to Malik Basantali. We will try to speak to him. But currently, the NDC supporters are at the EC regional office demanding the release of the results. We will try to speak to Malik Basantali and find out why he has come here. So this is what is happening at the moment.
I know.
Well, Collins, as you can see on your screen, Collins bringing us update at the Regional Collation Center here in Accra with a dispute between the parliamentary candidates for these three constituencies, Okaikwe Central, Dom Kwabenya, and also Ablekuma North. Now, let's stay at Ablekuma North. And if you didn't know, the NPP presented a candidate, Nane Ekuya Efriye, which you saw one of the NDC supporters calling her out to come and sign whatever document it was. And then the NDC presented Irabna Obin as the candidate. But let's take a trip to 2020, because I know that the 2020 candidate lost her primaries. Sheila Patel's, absolutely. And so let's see. But on your screens, we gave you the NDC's representation, and you can see heavy support by the NDC members over there, not so much of the NPP supporters. And so hopefully it doesn't escalate to anything that we're not hoping. But Basantali is also addressing, but let's go back to the Regional Collation Center.
We told you the Ghanaian people decide who they want to give power to. Power has never been in the hands of any political party on the 6th of December. By 7th, power goes into your hands and you determine who to give it to. Ghanaians have determined if they are men, they should come for power. We are here. I mean, why? Everybody is happy because Ghanaians know who they wanted to give power to. Baumia, was dancing. He wants a big gap. He wants a big margin. We've given him a big margin. 1.5 and still counting million difference. Never in the history of this country. And he was first to concede. He conceded so early. Why? He should have delayed a bit. He should have said he won't concede. So we see who owns the streets. And we are winning over 185 seats on record. 185. Mark it anyway. If we don't win that, this country will be little for all.
But Malik, how do you intend to do that? Since the EC is not done with the coalition, how do you intend to do that?
We are done with our coalition. We gave you our results. You've seen our coalition. We are done with all our pink sheets. And we know the constituencies we've won. There are places MPP said they had won. Where are they today? Was it true that they won? I was in the room. We stepped out. I was underground. Today I've come public.
But your coalition is not what the constitution is looking at. Until the EC declares, we are not announcing any MP or any resource yet. How do you intend to?
With the genuity of our coalition, it cannot be different from that of the EC unless the EC wants to steal. Any coalition different from ours is a stolen coalition and is a fraudulent coalition, and we definitely stand against it because we have our pink sheets. We don't collate results from your pay slip. We collate results from pink sheets, and we have collated the results, and we can tell you on record that the pink sheets we have point to the fact that the NDC is not just winning a majority, we are winning a 2/3 majority. And what that tells you is that with or without a few MPP MPs, Parliament will go on. We can call Parliament at any time. So the few MPP MPs that will be in Parliament will virtually be useless, mark my words. We want to govern, we want to transform the country. John Mahama wants to do that within 4 years, and that's what we are supposed to do. I stood for the youth. I went out there and I listened to their cry. The youth of this country said what they need were jobs. They need jobs, they need better living conditions, they need good standards of living. All of you here, I mean, you were working, they were paying you, but your salaries were virtually kwakwa. By the end of 2 weeks, your salaries are gone due to economic hardship. Tell me on record, even if they pay you 2,000 cedis, what can 2,000 cedis do for you within a month? Because the dollar is high. Cost of living is high. And then you come and stand before us and say, oh, Sisi Fian. When you are done dancing Sisi Fian, then you shout and say, we won't hand over power.
But how do we progress from all these things that look like chaos right now?
Am I fighting?
To the next level where it is settled for us to all go have some rest.
I mean, at the point, if they decide to go by a coalition, which is the most authentic coalition, we would all be at rest.
Why don't you allow the
authentic coalition? Why don't we go by what the
EC is saying?
The EC has at the moment.
There are many constituencies where the EC finally went by our coalition. In the beginning, they said they had won. Techi myself, we've declared it, we've won. Initially, they said we hadn't won. So that should tell you that our coalition is credible. Because in many of the constituencies where we said we had won and the EC challenged it, later it turned out that the pink sheets that were brought were fake.
On the other side, that should also give you some confidence in the EC. If whatever you collated and what the EC collated is confirming yours, you should give you a confidence.
At this point in time, whether we are confident or not, the EC must declare John Mahama. That is certain. We don't need to be confident in them, whether we are confident or not confident.
So that is Malik Basantali, the TA and some of the national executives of the NDC have come to the old EC office at Reg. He is trying to gain access to the coalition center, the regional coalition center. The NDC supporters are around the coalition center. So if you're listening to me and you are not watching TV, the description is that the NDC supporters have barricaded the road leading to the regional coalition center. So they are behind a barricade on the main stretch, the main highway that passes in front of or passes between Reg Hospital and the new Bank of Ghana headquarters. So that main highway, that's where the NDC supporters currently are. They are in their hundreds of numbers. So the NDC people supporters now are camped on the stretch or on the main highway linking Reg Roundabout and that of the old EC office or the SU Tower and the Ridge Runabout. So that's where the NDC supporters are, and the police have provided barricade there. They are behind it, and police officers are also behind the barricade here. The number of NDC supporters are numerous. Hundreds of NDC supporters are here, and hundreds of police officers are also here. No media have gained access to the there. Their demand is simple. EC should declare the constituencies that they are outstanding in Greater Accra, including Ablekuma North and Okaikwe Central. In Okaikwe Central, both MPP candidates and the NDC candidates, that is Patrick Boama for the MPP, as well as the NDC's Baba Sadiq, have all declared themselves winners. They all have declared themselves winners, but the coalition is not done yet. We are trying to speak to some of the supporters behind the barrier. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What really brought you here?
I'm here for them to declare our result and then just leave.
Why don't you leave that one to the EC? If the EC is done, they are really going to declare the results, or
immediately she declare, we just leave and go.
So until they are done, you are not leaving?
No, I'm not living here. So you can see I'm working with the police. I'm team with the policeman. So today,
yeah, if we didn't declare, we're not going to live here, because every year, in the 4 years, when they say MPP win, no, then they declare say you win. Why today we win, do not declare? Why? So we dey here up to the time where they go declare before we go live here. Otherwise, we not go live here. So we dey here in 24. We dey here.
So this is the old EC office at Ridge. Numerous of NDC supporters, hundreds, are demanding the EC announce President-elect John Dramani Mahama, as well as some of the constituencies, to declare them. Otherwise, they are not living here. The police is also here in their numbers, providing security. The police is here. Malik Basanteli now has gained access to the Collation Center. Malik Basanteli has gained access to the Collation Center now. Yes, I can hear you.
Well, so on your screen now is the Regional Collation Center in Accra, where 3 constituencies results from parliamentary section are in contention. Collins has been bringing us updates. Now, the concern, however, is 3 constituencies in contention. Between the time that Dr. Okutokuno and Michael Kwe were in the center, between that 5 to 10 minutes, we just saw very few people outside. But in just a short while, the numbers are increasing. And imagine supporters from 3 constituencies coming to that EC office or the Collation Center demanding for results will not be a good sight.
That's why I said earlier that citizens must believe in the agent we've put there.
But it's even disappointing in the leadership even more. You would see that the Deputy Communications Director for the NDC, Malik Basanteli, had the opportunity to address the media and thinks that because the people are there and they are not fighting, it is okay that they are there. It is potentially chaotic.
That is the posture that people take, and it becomes worrying. But for example, the leadership and agent can get there, and but I think that some supporters are still speaking to our reporters. So let's take you back to the EC's office.
So better for them to declare so that Ghanaians are out there to have a peace of mind. Yes.
So why don't you give the EC some time? Because they have 72 according to the constitution. They have 72 hours. They have 72 hours to declare the results. Why don't you give them?
That the tension is high. She have to know that there's a tension. She can't play with our tension, our soul. You have your soul, I have my soul. What you can do, maybe I can do more than how you can do. So better for her to come out and hear the people's heart. You understand me? But what she's there doing, she know what is going on outside there. So what's anything happy? She was the one causing. You see what is happening? 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 They took somebody.
All over. So she allowed.
Right. So it is becoming chaotic. It is becoming chaotic here.
We are for peace, and we want peace. So definitely peace must come into this country. When Ghana is not having peace, how can we go on? So today, rise from this time. What's the time? Rise from 10. We have to declare the result right now so that everybody will live there in peace. If they don't want peace, we will never come up with peace. But if you want peace, let there be peace. That's all we want.
If you lost an election, you lost.
I say, Messi, I don't know about. Yeah, kita Rafo, Ombeji police for. Yeah, because Rafo nu, you register nu. It's a registered raffle.
Yes, you can't bring it to the EC office.
You can't bring it to the EC office. Why police people bring AK-47 for the EC office? Yes, I read. You protect yourself. Awa Yakubu kuye di pava kunu. Ade tina umbisa nse ade tina okuri panu. Police for I keep quiet. They catch Awa Yakubu, they go lock her, they leave her. Now our Yakubu see on wait. Yeah, they leave her. We shall see in this country. I swear, this country. But we told them, if you hear kakaka, we go make papa, and we go make.
You know how many weapons we have? Do you know how many weapons we have? We have weapons. So if they joke, we'll joke.
Right. So it is becoming chaotic here, as you could see earlier on in your shot, where some people were holding guns and rifles. So that is what is happening. It is becoming chaotic. They are demanding that the EC declare President-elect John Dramani Mahama as soon as possible, even though the EC says, or accord constitutionally, the EC has 72 hours to announce the president. So within 72 hours, after polls close at 5 p.m. on election day, EC having 72 hours to announce the results. The NDC supporters are at Old EC office, Reg office, demanding the release of the results. We are trying to... we're still trying to speak to some of the... good afternoon.
So, Chairman, where is the EC? No, where is the EC? Chairman, where is the EC?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I have something to say. We are from Ablekuma North. Go and tell your people that a robber has won the election. So a Kwefre should have come inside to declare that the robber is the MP. Otherwise, we are not living here. We are not going to give them any peace of mind. But if she has declared that a robber is the winner of the Ablekuma North, that's our case. The Bahama, we have known that we got the president, we have it. But the MP, we are not going to allow.
Right. So it is becoming more chaotic here. So now we have more national executives of the NDC here. Opariado has also come in. In addition to Malik Basantel, who has already entered, Opariado has come in there. The demand is simple. EC should announce the results, the presidential results, for them to know that, yes, indeed, John Dramani Mahama is the president-elect. Despite Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia yesterday at 9:30 conceding defeat, calling former president or president-elect John Dramani Mahama on phone and also on live television, live broadcast, conceding defeat and congratulating him. NDC supporters are still asking, they are currently at the regional office, asking that the EC should announce President John Dramani Mahama as the president-elect. That's what the demand is. Very simple. They say the EC should also announce some of the constituencies that the results are yet to be completed. The collation is yet to be completed. That's it. That is it. Ablekuma North, Okaikwe Central, and other few constituencies. But what they are talking about, or what they are championing or demanding for, is Ablekuma North, Okaikwe Central. That is the demand. And within those constituencies, collations were not completed because some ballot boxes were destroyed. So now NDC supporters are here in their numbers. They are here in their numbers. Police is also here in their numbers. And as you could see earlier on, people are having guns on them. Some rifles, they have them on them. Some NDC national executives have moved in. Opariado is here, as well as Malik Basantelli. So these are the people I have set my eyes on them, and then I have seen them.
We have our right.
No, this is what they do.
We won.
Ablekuma North has won. NDC has won in Ablekuma North. All we need is for them to call Erabna and give back their constituency to us. No matter what they do, if they try it, they will see what will happen. If they try it, they will see what will happen.
Can you give us an update of what happened? Can you narrate what really happened in Ablekuma?
It is not about updates. We have won. The EC should declare final. That is what we want.
Why the coalition is not completed over there?
They have to complete it. They know what they want to do. We know how vigilant our team have been. We know how vigilant our constituency executives have been. I know the work our commander, that is the constituency organizer, did. And no matter what they do, we are telling them that we've won. They should call Erabna as the MP elect. Simple.
Right. Thank you. So as you could see, NDC leadership is trying to enter the regional coalition office. The police are also behind. They are inside the office and they are behind it, trying to prevent the executives and some of their supporters who have gained access or have moved in. They've bypassed the barricades and are trying to gain access into the coalition center, while the police also try to prevent them there. So So the supporters and some of the NDC supporters are pushing the gates. They are pushing the metal gates, and the police too are pushing it forward. And the NDC supporters are also pushing it to them. So all is that they want to gain access to the coalition center. They are demanding that the EC should declare the results. That's all. So now it is more chaotic here. More chaotic. The police is struggling. The police is struggling to control them. The police is struggling to control them. They also are struggling to move inside. So the metal gate has been...
It's rather unfortunate, and my concern is even that because this is also even live on TV and we know the location, once they see any person that is a sympathizer or a supporter of the party is just going and thinking by going there is to help or support, this does not really solve the problem. It is a number situation. At the Collation Center, as supporter, your help is not needed over there. And this is why it is concerning that especially the leadership of the NDC, it's not calling their supporters to order.
Yeah, we can see that the police has engaged those who are there, the leadership, to try and talk to the supporters. They are trying to get them to leave the gate that they were trying to push open. You know, the gate at the Greater Accra EC Collation Center has been locked, but they were trying to forcibly opening it, and the police are engaging the people to talk them out of what they're doing. Now, Colin spoke to someone who said they have their small arms and nobody can take it away from them. I've just checked the law. Now, the law does not permit anyone to publicly display any arms or ammunition, including explosives, or discharge any firearm or other weapon in any public space. So people should know that well, you might have license, but you don't have the right to brandish it anywhere, so they have to be careful. But we see a lot of them still massing up there. The police has put up a barricade to prevent a lot of them from coming. But those who have gone beyond the barricade are trying to forcibly open the gate. But the police is still working hard to ensure that does not happen. At this stage, you would want the NDC leadership.
Exactly my point.
To order.
Exactly my point.
There is no point in amassing there at the Collation Center, and that's why I really didn't like the poster of
Malik Basintale. Of course not.
Has become the eye of this election for the NDC, really. But at this point, the posture is not what his posture is not what is needed. Well, you need a reconciliatory posture. Well, the opposition leader has already conceded defeat. So when it comes to 3 seats that you want them to declare, the EC has not declared because there are certain issues that has to be thrashed out. So they have to allow the process to happen. But now, the police has set up a personal barricade in front of the gate. So you cannot then forcibly open the gate. But from how it was going earlier, it was really beginning to look awkward. So happy to see that there's some form of calm there.
And I can see that the police number is increasing as well.
It has to. I'm sure if it goes the way it was going, you know, we were seeing it earlier, the military would have come in there, you know. I see a certain car trying to drive out of the area. We don't know who is.
It really requires nothing. It really requires nothing if Malik or Dr. Tokuno, because I know, is in there. Also, the members of parliament that are their seats are in contention.
Oh, so the parliamentary candidates. The
parliamentary candidates. Thank you, Kujo. If they will just step out and just tell their supporters, go home. This is calm. We'll resolve it. It's just all we need. But if Malik is able to walk through the people, enter the room, and still leave hanging feelings that, well, once they are here and they are not fighting, then it is okay. Of course it is not okay. The scene suggests that.
I even think that at this point we have to limit who we give the microphone to. Because if people are watching us on television, and those kind of sentiment will also go ahead to heighten it more. So I see that the numbers are increasing. They've even brought in, I think these are the members of the police unit, right?
Yes.
To try, and the riot control unit, they are coming in there to control the crowd that we do see. So the police is up to task on this. So
and it's comforting, very comforting to see this.
They really go about it. But I mean, you can see that where our camera is now, you see a lot of security people coming into the area. And this, of course, is the Greater Accra EC Collation Center. This is even not the headquarters, the National Collation Center, where the presidency will be called from. I heard one person say
they're thinking that is where the chairperson is.
But that's not where. Again, we have to let the people know that this is not where the declaration will be done. So if they are going there with the purpose of getting John Mahama declared winner, they have to relax. This is not where to happen. Of course, with the regions that they've collected so far, John Mahama is in a commanding lead. And we knew from yesterday when Bawumia considered that John Mahama has won this election. It only left with EC making or giving the official declaration. And that will be based on they getting all the regions, or when they get to a point where they can say that statistically, if you add the other region that is not into the other number, it cannot make any difference. They would surely declare.
Of course, and that's Israel brought us that update that the EC might call or declare in after an hour or so, because they're thinking that the places that have not been tallied, even if they did, will not give us any major impact on the numbers for the presidential candidates, John Dramani Mahama.
And the NDC supporters there should know that they have assigned agents. And fortunately for them, some of the executives have also gone into the Collation Center. So they should allow the processes to run and not, try to sidestep it. Because the EC probably will collate the result, when all the things that surrounding these 3 constituencies have been cleared. So let's see how it goes. But the EC is on this. They are trying to collate the results where there will be need for recounting. Of course, all the parties will have to agree to it. Then we'll see how it goes. But it's quite interesting there. If you are watching us or you are listening to us, please don't go to the Greater Accra Election EC Collation Center. Your presence there is not needed. It will rather heighten the tension which is building up at the place. Stay in your home, listen to Joy 997 or watch JoyNews as we keep on telling you exactly what is happening. So please, if you're watching or listening to us, don't leave the comfort of your home and go to the EC Collation Center. Be wherever you are and let's give you the updates there. The EC is trying to ensure that the right things are done. So please, let's give EC that needed room and time for them to ensure that the right things are done.
Absolutely. Just trust us to bring you up to date, and every update that's happening the post-elections this year would bring you whatever that happens at the National Collation Center as well, and the declaration. This is your election headquarters, and we'll take a break. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back to your election headquarters. We take you now live to the National Collation Center, where Israel Laye is on standby. The EC is about to address the press. Well, we will take you back there as soon as we can, so do stay with us and trust us with all of your election news as we have brought you from the very beginning to the end, up until the declaration stage. But let's take you back to the Regional Collation Center, where supporters are still massing up in between the time that the members of parliament that are contesting for the seat went into the center itself. Party supporters, the numbers just growing increasingly in seconds, in split seconds. And I really wonder, looks like they are coming in buses or trucks. I wonder how they're massing up like this.
We should be careful. Someone should be speaking to them. They should be careful about how they are massing up there. Like I said earlier, they have their agent and executives in there. They should give them that benefit of the doubt to do the right thing by them. So please. The supporters who are massing up at this particular location is not pretty at all. And I mean, you've seen the police riot control team there to try and check these supporters. I think it is better their leadership call them to order not to keep massing up at this particular location. They should allow the processes to run. I am not feeling comfortable at all from what I am seeing. You see a lot more people coming in, but it's also a joy that you've seen the policemen there trying to talk to them. I've seen older police people trying to talk to them. We should also probably give it to the supporters who are in front of the barricade. So far,
they have maintained some momentum of peace.
Exactly.
Yes.
But it's not you know, all that okay to see the numbers increasing, because once the numbers increase, and of course the tension keeps rising,
potentially chaotic,
and nobody knows what this one will lead.
Well, we brought you updates on the Okankwe Central and Dom Kwabenya. The clarity, however, is on the Ablekuma North. What we don't have is Ablekuma North constituency between the Nanekwe and Irabina Obing for the NDC. And per our reports yesterday, there were concerns of some missing pink sheets, Kujo, and that missing pink sheet belonged to the side of the presidency. And so that was also put aside, especially because at the time that they were collating, the vice president had already conceded. Now, the concern was at the time that they had started counting that of the parliamentary candidates, this is where gunshots started. And we've got videos of how the place became very chaotic. And this is the situation for the Ablekuma North constituency. Now, still on your election news, there are reports of 2 deaths in the Damango constituency. The West Gonja Municipal EC officer, Burns Solomon, who was on admission at the St. Catholic Hospital following yesterday's attack, has been transferred to Tamale for tertiary medical attention. Meanwhile, 2 people during, including a journalist, 12 people, 12 people, including a journalist who were arrested yesterday, have been moved to Kumasi in the Ashanti region. Isaac Nonya joins us via Zoom to bring us updates. Isaac, what's the situation again like after he's been transferred to hospital for tertiary treatment, and also on these 12 persons that have died?
Yes, I'm right here at his regional headquarters of EC. Information from there is that the gentleman has moved out from the regional hospital to a safer place where he thinks he can recover psychologically. We are told that where he was not moved to Tambale because his condition was very bad, but because they wanted him to be secured security-wise. So I will speak, he has been moved out from the hospital to a location that they think that he will be more secured. Also, the death told, yesterday around 3 p.m. thereabout, one person died, and he is Mukala Zibulim, a 35-year-old. And in the night too, a gentleman from Busunu who also came in the afternoon also passed on. I will speak. The relations, the father and the brother are here. According to them, they went to the hospital to take the body. Being a Muslim, they think they could bury it today. But they have been told that they want to move the corpses to Tamale for a post-mortem to ascertain the actual cause of their death.
Isaac, so 12 persons. Now we have reports on 2. And so this 10 persons as well will be the persons that have come to vote, or it was after the post-riot. Please give us some more details on those as well, if you have it.
Now, the death toll are 2, but the arrested people are 12. And that's what we say. One of them happened to be a journalist, and according to his management, he was running alongside with the suspect who came, and then he lost his tag. By the process, the police also picked him and added to the group. The association has gone today to the police headquarters to show evidence of he being a journalist and was there with his tag. But because he was trying to escape, he lost the tag. And I'm making efforts to get the GJA from Ashanti region to try and get to the police station and then see how they can rescue him from the hands of the police to rejoin his media house in Damago.
All right.
Also, the interesting thing is that the EC, together with the collaboration of the 2 political parties, MPP, NDC, have agreed and they have announced that they collated and declared 6 constituency presidential.
Okay, Isaac, we'll come back to you for you to give us clarity on what you're just about to tell us. But let's take you back to the Greater Accra Regional Collation Center, where my colleague James Aveji, I've seen, is talking to Odigi Tamaklo. Let's just take you there.
Have you made any progress with the EC? What is their position in your request?
No, you see, if you look at Okankwe Central, for instance, we have our pink sheets duly signed by both political parties and their agents. The MPP do not have it. How come? They should produce theirs. It's as simple as that. This one, where we have gotten to, is a simple mathematics. 1 + 1 is 2. Immediately 1 + 1 is looking like 3. There's a problem. Yes.
So you are hopeful that the other political parties would also defend their position, and at the end of the day, you would try to retain this seat for your candidate?
Absolutely. Bawe, Ablekumanov, Okankwe Central. As for Dominic Abenya, it's not even in doubt. By law, once the Electoral Commission returning officer declares for a candidate, the only recourse is court. When there is a declaration, there cannot be re-declaration. You can only do recount at the polling station. Beyond that, you are done. The only course of action open to Michael Kwe Jr. is to go to court.
So you disagree with his call for a recount process?
It's belated, it's an afterthought, he knows he had lost.
So you are not granting that to him?
Absolutely.
Unless he goes to court?
By law, that is what is required. Once the returning officer, pursuant to CI 127, makes a declaration, it's conclusive. That declaration, which is conclusive, can only be overturned by a court of competent jurisdiction, that is a high court, by way of a petition. Yes, sir. And you can only petition when there's a gazette, gazette notification to that effect.
That is Felix Ofoso-Kwakye. He is also a member of the NDC team, who are currently here to make sure that the recount happens. But the party agents and supporters are still here. My proposal for the call for, you can see there some leaders of the party trying to calm the supporters down, because that is the growing call from the general public now, that the supporters had to calm down and allow leadership of the party to continue with the negotiation process. You can see hundreds of them, some of them currently engaging with the police. The call is for them to calm down while the negotiation process goes on. Arriving here, I saw hundreds of them stretching from the street in front of the EC headquarters and the Ridge Hospital, all the way to the EC old headquarters here at Ridge. Currently the entrance to the EC headquarters, old headquarters premises, have been blocked. The gates are closed to the general public. You see lots of military police officers here, armed with their protective gears and riot control gears, ready to prevent the crowd from entry. Let's see what the issue is here.
You know, they are our brothers. We are but we person will rise inside me. How do musu ayema? So I get him. Say we buy. You might move up. Yes, you want hanu. Yeah, show me beer. Be beer go so fine. Enti, let me more be embe. How do you show me? Show hanu na. Be beer you fool. Enti let me more. Obi embe rise inside me. And wait one here no.
Appealing to them to calm down and move back.
They are our people. Who show we now? I'm NDC. I'm here in Crawford. Enti. Are
you positive they will listen to you?
Is that?
Would they listen and come?
Inshallah, they will listen to us. Inshallah. Oh, yeah.
And so that's one of the party executive for the presidential and parliamentary.
Well, we're taking you away from the regional collation center here in Accra, where my colleague James Aveji spoke to Edigi Tamaklo. We're taking you to the National Collation Center, where the EC will be addressing us. My colleague Israel and Elton are there. Elton, if you can hear me, what's the update? Hi, Elton. If you can hear me, please unmute.
So we are just some few hours away from the declaration of the presidential results, especially from the officers of the Electoral Commission, because the chairperson is a returning officer. We've just been told that that announcement is due at exactly 4:30, meaning we are just, 2 hours and some 10 minutes away. But let me bring in my colleague Israel, who has some information, and we'll bring that soundbite from the EC pretty shortly on the announcement that is yet to come. So there is some technical issues that EC is trying to resolve, but according to the Electoral Commission, they are ready. The chairperson will address the nation at 4:30, and she will give indication regarding the results of the presidential polls. The regional results have come in, and according to the EC, as at the last count, they have received 14 out of the 16 regions, and that gives them the room to declare the winner of the elections soon, and that time is at 4:30 already. Security is being beefed up here. Only accredited individuals are allowed into the main hall of the National Collation Center. So Israel is here. Walk us through what we have so far.
All right, so we have, as at now, 13 regions already. So it's left with 3 of the regions that are going to come into the National Collation Center. The 3 regions that are left, Ashanti, Upper East, and Savannah. I know some of them have come through yet, but they have to go through the process before it's handed over to the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, who will then endorse, and then we know that those results are certified. So for the Greater Accra region, earlier when I ran you through some of the results that we had, I indicated that for some of the regions, they didn't have all the constituencies included in the tally. I had mentioned that Central didn't have Ewutu Senya East, Eastern didn't have Suhum, Insawam, Adwejuri, and Akwetia, and then we also have the Bono East that didn't have Techiman South. Now we have Greater Accra coming in, minus Dom Kwabenya and Ablekuma North. And so I'm going to run you through what we have for Greater Accra. So for Greater Accra, for Dr. Mamadou Baumia, he had 681,535 votes. Daniel Augustus Latte had 758. Christian Kwabna Andrews had 1,773. Kofi Akpalu had 401. Mohamed Frimpong had 223. Nana Kusia Frimpoma had 2,975. John Dramani Mahama won the region with 1,260,832. Hassan Ayariga had 2,102. Kofi Kuranting had 290. George Chumbarima Edu had 271. Nana Kwame Bediako had 19,630. Alan Chermanting had 6,289. So these are the results that we had for the Greater Accra region, or this is how the Greater Accra region voted, minus Dom Kwabenya and one other constituency, Ablekuma North.
All right. So the EC official, Samuel Tete, he's been providing updates on where we are now and what is to come. We can listen in, and when we come back, we'll tell you what you are to expect at exactly 4:30.
Good afternoon to you all, and we welcome you to this brief press briefing. We wish to inform the general public and the citizens as a whole that the Commission, as at now, has received 13 out of the 16 regional results. And for that matter, the returning officer for the presidential elections and the Commission will be declaring the results for the presidential elections at 4:30 p.m. So the declaration of the presidential election results will be done by the returning officer at 4:30 p.m. And as you can attest, we have at the National Collation Center the 13 regions there. You can actually see for yourself. What the Commission is urging the general public to do is that we are only entertaining people who have accreditation to the National Collation Center. If you don't have accreditation to the National Collation Center, please don't come to the National Collation Center. We also urge those who are not having accreditation to be at their homes and watch the declaration of the presidential election results by the returning officer. There is no need for supporters of political parties to besiege the National Collation Center. This is illegal and is unwarranted. The National Collation Center should be visited by only people with accreditation. All others can watch live the declaration of the results at 4:30 p.m. Thank you very much.
We all await 4:30 as the EC will declare the presidential candidate or the winner of the presidential race here in Ghana. Thank you really for choosing us, for bringing you the most authoritative, very comprehensive election news. And we promise to do that up until the declaration of the president. We'll also we'll keep bringing you updates of those who have won their parliamentary season, those who have sadly fallen off, the very certified result. Also, we'll bring you what's happening still at the regional center. My colleague is there, and trust us for all of your election news. Kujo, this really has been exciting.
So Evans and his team will be up here to bring you all the analysis that you would want as we head towards that particular declaration by the EC. Let's say thank you, Ghana, for being with us. Thank you, Cape Coast, for listening through ATL 100.5. And all of you, wherever you are, we are grateful. But look, the best is yet to come. Evans Mensah and his team will be taking up from us after this wonderful break. But we're grateful for your time. This has been your election headquarters, and we are with you till the declaration is made.